Hello, everyone, and welcome into CrushTheStreet.com. I'm Kenneth Amaduri. I'm joined today with a crypto visionary, someone who is just building out the infrastructure for what is happening in crypto. We know the institutional money is going to head into the space in a very big way, and that's largely probably why we're seeing this big run-up in crypto this year in 2019. He told us 2018, 2017 was kind of a disappointment in the way that it happened, right? And he'll clarify that here in the interview, but he told us 2019, look for things to turn around. While the space was looking dead, and many people were leaving it for dead, sure enough, Bitcoin, the rest of the sector has come alive. I have on the line Adam Todd of Digitex. The website is digitexfutures.com. It's a commission-free future exchange. They're doing a lot of great things. He's in Moscow right now. Adam, thanks for coming on Crush the Street with me today.
No problem. Thanks for having me again. It's great to be here.
Well, hey, I appreciate you taking the time. Quite the different landscape we're seeing at the moment here in crypto. Maybe you can address kind of what happened last year and where we are today. Why have things turned around so much?
I know, isn't it great? It's like a different world. It was just, I think, 2018 was just so disappointing on so many levels. Remember, it was just, there was a lot of promises made. The ICO craze had just, had really gotten into full swing, and most of them, probably 95% of them just, went nowhere. So it was just, it was kind of, a lot of promises made that weren't really fulfilled. And 2019, and no real blame with anyone, it's just, it was too soon. There's a lot going on, a lot of projects offering, a lot of big ideas. And 2018 just didn't really deliver on them. But, 2019, it's on, where everyone's finding their feet. The ones that have still got any money left are actually getting to develop the things they said they would. And the big companies are coming in now, finally, the institutions, everybody, Facebook, Microsoft, they're all coming in. So, it just took a little while longer than we thought, but this time it's back. This time we're not going to have that horrible crash we had. When Bitcoin gets up to 20,000, it's staying there and going up and beyond from there. For sure.
It's really crazy what we're seeing. And one thing that somebody pointed out to me was the last time, and again, past performance is no indication of future returns, but I mean, you can look at it and go, okay, well, you derive something from that. The last time we hit $11,000 Bitcoin, we were at 20,000 like 12 days later. That was that kind of, and so I was looking at the price. I mean, we hit 10,000, we hit 11, and then not that much longer, we were looking at what, $13,700 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I'm just like, my God, like I'm bullish on this stuff, but it still exceeds my expectations.
I'm not really that surprised. I mean, when you think that this is going to 50,000, 100,000, it's really not that fast for it to go up $500, $1,000 in a day. There's no doubt in my mind that Ethereum's going to 2,000. Not that far away. The Bitcoin's going to 50,000, not a shadow of a doubt. It can't go any other way. I really don't see. I see it as inevitable. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I saw the Coinbase shakeup that kind of brought the market down here. That's what kind of brought the $1,000 pullback from 13 into 12. I'm not even sure what the price of Bitcoin is right now. I noticed, it was a little bit of a scare for the crypto community. And a lot of times, sometimes you hear about these exchanges that fail and they don't really affect the market anymore. The market is so resilient now. But Coinbase, interestingly enough, that's a big one, right? Like the Coinbase is the one that really put Bitcoin and crypto on the map and really made it easy for people to on-ramp into the crypto community, connecting bank accounts and just allowing people within minutes to be able to purchase crypto, sell crypto, and really introduce a lot of people to it. So it's kind of a big news story that Coinbase had a hiccup in this. But what are your thoughts on that? Is it just news of the hour and then it's going to wash away? What are your thoughts?
It's gonna wash away. It's gonna become irrelevant. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. There's always going to be little scares along the way. Crypto is just, for some reason, I think not for some reason, it's because nobody actually understands really what they're buying and selling. So the scare stories, the sky's always falling in. When something's bad, it's always really bad. When it's good, it's really good. Basically because the majority of people don't understand what it is they're buying and selling, I think. That will change over time, but right now, I think that's still very much the case. So good news and bad news gets exaggerated a lot, I think. But I don't think something like this affects the overall trajectory of the market going up in any way, really.
So what does 2019 look like from your perspective? When capital like this is starting to flow back into the community. I mean, if we go back to 2017, a lot of new things came online because of the capital that is being attracted into the crypto space. Now we're seeing capital re-enter the crypto space in a large way. What does the near-term growth look like? Not so much in price, but just in development. What are we going to see, or what are you anticipating?
I think it's the year of the institutions for sure, but the good stuff, even people get excited about the big companies coming in. It's usually the small, very smart teams that really get the important stuff done. It's not the huge companies, and if it is the huge companies, it's the small, very smart department within a huge company that isn't really that company. It's a bunch of mavericks that are just allowed to really do what they want. So yes, I think it's the year of the institutions coming in, but and it's their money that's going to drive it forwards. But I think it's still the small, smart teams that are going to really be doing the actual work. It's not mainstream enough yet for the big companies to be working on it properly. That's just it's kind of anecdotal. It's not really based on much facts. That's just what I think is still, crypto is still very young, which is why the potential for it to keep going up and up and up and up is still there. It is still very young, and it's the small teams within these big institutions that are still going to be doing the main work, I think. Yeah.
No, it's true, and a lot of people are really excited about gold right now too. I am too, but gold has had 5,000 years really to get,
exactly. We've had time to figure out what gold is, what it does. We've had time to figure that out, and people understand what it is. Right. It's a dull yellow metal. We get it. Crypto is completely different. Nobody's got a clue what crypto is.
Right. They just announced there's 5,000 Bitcoin ATMs. Sounds like a lot, but I mean, again, it's still very early in the space. I looked at the numbers, $200 billion roughly market cap for Bitcoin at the moment. Gold has, it's approaching a $9 trillion market cap here at $1,400. So for gold to go to its all-time high, it needs another like $3 trillion of capital to enter the space. Bitcoin is just a fraction of that. It's $200 billion. Right. So
yeah, when you look at numbers like that, it's so exciting because, can Bitcoin become more valuable than all the world's gold? Of course it can. Of course it can. Why couldn't it? So right there, you're looking at, a $12 trillion valuation of Bitcoin. What does that come out per Bitcoin? I don't even know. It's a lot, right? And I don't think it's ridiculous to say that. I don't think, in an ever increasingly digital world that, the price of Bitcoin, the price of Ethereum can match the price of, a commodity. I don't think that's a ridiculous thing to say.
So Adam, let's talk about what's going on with your developments with Digitex Futures. Where is the company right now? Obviously, you guys are part of the build out of the money that's going to be entering the space here. The institutional money, the trading. I mean, all of the synergy that's going to happen around the cryptocurrency community. You're part of that. So talk to us about where the company is, and the developments that you're seeing now here in 2019.
Where we are right now, we just we've got, I don't know if you've heard of SmartDeck. They're pretty much one of the most respected blockchain development companies in the world. They're focused more on smart contract security auditing, but they do a whole host of Ethereum and blockchain development work. Very respected, very well known throughout the world, and they're now our main developers. We did have a couple of problems with our previous developers. We decided to move away from those, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. We've now ended up with the best possible development company we could hope to have in a market that's just turned around finally and going crazy. So the development side of it, like I say, we did have a couple of hiccups, but we're on it now. We're very, very excited to be doing what we're doing. This development company is based in Moscow. I've just moved out to Moscow full time. I'm living here now. I'm part of the development team. Not a big part, because I don't want to just come around and throw my weight around and fuck everything up, So I'm kind of like a junior developer in the team. I've got my nose in there and I'm sticking, very interested in everything that's going on. But I'm not making the big, like the architectural decisions and the software decisions like that. I'm leaving that up to very much the guys that know what they're doing. But yeah, I've moved to Moscow full time to be very much a full-time daily influence on that. So really excited about how that's.
So let's talk to people. What exactly is it? Remind people. Commission-free future exchange. Is it just crypto? What cryptos are available? Will people be able to trade other type of securities on this?
This is the thing. We're a zero-fee futures exchange, and we use our own base currency, our own native currency called the Digitex token. That's what all account balances are in, profits and losses are in that. So you're trading futures on, you might be trading futures on, gold against the dollar, but you're winning and losing Digitex tokens. And the reason we do that is, so that we can operate without charging any transaction fees on any trades, because we control the currency. We can mint a small number of new tokens each year to cover costs instead of charging transaction fees. So there is a cost. It's not pie in the sky. The cost comes from a small devaluation of the token whenever there's a new minting of tokens. But for that cost, we get highly liquid markets that aren't restrained by transaction fees on trades. People can trade, people can do very, very short-term scalping method, trading strategies that just aren't viable on other exchanges, because that constant break of commissions is always, dragging them down. It's always like the exchange is always draining liquidity from the pool, really, in the form of commission fees. Ours doesn't do that. All the money stays in there, which means it's actually going to be easier for winning traders to make money, because that money stays in there until it's won by the winners. It's not constantly drained out by the exchange. The types of contracts we're going to be doing, we're offering Bitcoin against the US dollar, Ethereum against US dollar futures, but we are bringing in oil against the US dollar, gold. We're going to do some stocks, some government bonds, the kind of futures markets that haven't really been touched yet by the crypto futures markets. So we're hoping to bring in, we're hoping to attract the kind of traders, that are on the traditional futures exchanges that really haven't been that interested in crypto yet, but are going to make the effort to be interested in crypto because of this, the idea that they can just trade with no commissions whatsoever. So that's where we are. We're not just going to offer crypto futures. There's going to be futures on more traditional commodities.
So Adam, what's the timeline look like for the rollout of everything?
Well, this is a subject that I've kind of banned myself from talking about, because the last couple of times I've given a timeline, we missed it. And, those timelines, those deadlines were kind of created by the Digitex marketing team and were then kind of, communicated to the development team. This time around, we're doing it different. We're completely, the development team decides completely on when that timeline is. Right now, right this minute, they're not giving an official date for the rollout of it. I could give hints. I really just don't want to at this point. It's not going to be that far away, but the development team gives, development updates, and I don't want to get involved in that right now. I'm saying in another month we're probably going to have an accurate rollout date, but for right now we don't have one.
Well, we'll definitely be watching for that.
That was a horrible answer. I mean, I was just listening to myself giving that answer. That was just a horrible answer. But
Well, I appreciate
my
that.
answer is I don't know, and I'm not allowed to say.
Look, it's a bumpy road, right? You know, there's no straight up path in anything that we do, and entrepreneurs out there understand that.
Well, exactly. I mean, and we fucked up a couple of times, and I'm the first person to admit that, and it's often been my fault. But it's not. It's what happens. What do you do when things go wrong? We were in the worst bear market of the world that's ever happened in crypto, with a development team that wasn't up for the job, and we're still around. We're still here. We didn't bail, we didn't run out of money, we didn't scam out, we didn't just quit. We persevered. It's often with these VCs and people like that. It's not the idea they back; it's the team that they back. And me and the team that I've got, we really did. We went through the mill. We're still here. Now we're in a rising crypto market with the best development team we could have hoped to ever have. So we ain't going nowhere. This thing is launching. It's launching very soon. It's gonna explode when it does. We've got 1.5 million people on our wait list. We ain't going nowhere, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing all the development in the space. Adam, if people want to learn more about you, Digitex, and what's going on with the company, please let them know where they can go and what they can expect to find.
Sure. Just go to digitexfutures.com. There you can join our Telegram. We got one of the busiest Telegram groups in the world. We're like consistently in the top 10 of there's this, I think it's Telegram Index or something like that. They do these metrics of Telegram groups, and we're consistently in the top 10 for engagement and all kinds of things like that. We're doing different ones. We just introduced a Russian Telegram channel. All of our socials busy. Like I say, we got this 1.5 million wait list. We closed that for right now. We're about to reopen that. We're translating that into also into Korean, into Chinese, Japanese, probably Vietnamese too. So we're really going for Asia and Russia for this launch that we're going to do. But yeah, just go on to digitexfutures.com. You'll find all our social there. We're very active. We post every day on our blog. We're going to be doing spotlights on the development team more now that I'm here. Yeah, that's what I would say. digitexfutures.com and check out our social.
I'm just looking at the coin market cap. Bitcoin is now 11,000. Almost 700, Ethereum 300. You mentioned Ethereum $2,000 one day, Bitcoin $1,000 plus.
Absolutely, it was 350 yesterday. I mean, it's like I say, when things go wrong, it's like, oh my God, the sky's falling in, sell everything, And yesterday it was the complete opposite. It's like there's a bunch of crazy lunatics trading crypto, which. Let's face it, it's not far from the truth, but don't worry about it. It's coming back.
I told people in one of my last emails, I said, if you're checking your account or your refreshing coin market cap every 5 minutes in this environment, don't worry, you're not alone. I mean, it is what it is. Watching this market is just very entertaining, and especially if you got skin in the game.
Yeah,
making money is fun. So, any last thoughts before we close out this interview?
Last thought. I'm just still a raging bull in this. I absolutely love crypto. I think it hasn't even started yet. This is like buying Google stock back in the day. I'm just very excited I feel very privileged that I'm in this position that I'm in, and I just see ahead of me just onwards and upwards. I'm just very excited to be where I am. Like I say, I've completely upped sticks and moved countries to come to Moscow. I'm all in on this, absolutely all in, and wouldn't have it any other way.
Awesome. Well, everyone out there, I hope you enjoyed this interview. Another excellent guest here at Crush the Street. Adam, thanks for coming on the show with me today. Appreciate your time. And again, more importantly, thanks for coming on when it wasn't as popular, right? We're having a great time talking about it, with the wind at our back, right? But we did this like in December when
it wasn't we were here right? In the dark days. We were here in those dark winter days when when everyone was ridiculing us.
Right. All right, Adam. Thanks so much for your time here with us at Crush the Street.
Thanks, mate. I really appreciate it.